Hey, this is your girl Michelle,
And this is Mariah, also known as Mariah Amazing.
and you are tuned in to Melanin Voices. Hey,
Hi, everyone.
hey, hey. Let's get started.
So we just we were like, what? Yes, let's get started. Our Melanin Media for this week is going to start off with the news of Kylie Jenner and her boyfriend, rapper Travis Scott, and them being pregnant. And
Boo! I really
yeah.
just don't care. Why do we care? Why do we care about her again? I just don't. But we had to put her in there.
Because the internet was going crazy. That's the reason why we put her in there, y'all.
But I heard that she's maybe Kim's surrogate, though.
Interesting.
That would be some tea, though, right? Because doesn't Kim has a surrogate? And why wouldn't her sister be it? So it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I've heard different stories about Kim Surrogate. Like she's this, she's like, I don't know who she is, but I don't know. I think it's just even if she is pregnant with Kim's baby or not Kim's baby, it's all gonna come out on their show, which is airing I think in 2 more weeks, and I think that this is a great PR move made by Kris Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
She knew what she was doing. She always knows what she's doing, so she knew to
That's
announce
true.
this so we can watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, so we can watch it unravel and everything unfold on the show. So very
That's
strategic
true.
on her part. Very strategic.
All right. We ain't gonna spend too much time talking about these people though. You know, if she is pregnant, congratulations, do your thing, and keep it pushing.
Blessings to the baby. But
Blessings to the baby.
but anyways, back to somebody I do care about and love so much. Cardi B, she actually is, her album, not her album, sorry, her song Bodak Yellow is on the top. Well, sorry, Billboard's top 100 songs. I think the last song that was top 100 was Lauryn Hill's Doo Wop, which was 23 years ago. So this is a pretty big deal. And yeah, she got #1 song, and I'm so excited and so happy for her. And yeah, congrats to
Yeah,
Cardi.
same. She hustled hard and she got to where she needed to go. And she got what
Absolutely.
everybody supported her. So
Absolutely. Some
that's what's
people are
up.
like, no, she's this, she's that. But I'm like, even if you don't like her, which I don't know why, if you don't like her, you gotta at least respect the hustle. At least respect it.
At least
Um,
respect the hustle. Always respect the hustle. And talking about hustle, let's talk
uh
about the
oh.
Hustle family.
Uh
Ti and
oh.
Tiny called off their divorce.
Oh, I actually seen this coming because they just have. You can tell they have so much love for each other. Not even history, because I think people are like, we got so much history, that don't excuse a lot of behavior. But they have a lot of love for each other. You could tell. So I just knew that this was just a matter of time before they decided to, you know, I guess work things out.
Yeah, I mean, I think realistically, exactly, and realistically, we need to like we keep seeing these perfect couples and these perfect scenarios on TV, and we see their lives, but they actually showed us that marriage isn't easy, and it does. There are going to be some times where you don't like each other, and you do need your space, and you do need to separate. And if you can come back together because you have something bigger going on, like your family or your hustle, then it's gonna come together. So I think it just shows. I like them because it showed us that when stuff is broke, you fix it. You don't just give it away. So I respect that. Yeah, I'm happy that they actually was able to show us that it didn't matter. We got back together. It's okay.
Exactly. Exactly. I
Yeah.
was always rooting for them since forever because they're Ti and Tiny. Like they look
Right. Like they've been Ti and Tiny
exactly.
forever.
She's with him when he wasn't Ti.
And she was with him. Yeah, true. And they both made their first million together. Yeah, and she was a celebrity before him. People don't know, like people don't realize that, but she
The
was.
history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was making money before she met Ti.
Money move.
Right.
Hey.
You got the
But
summer head.
our hot topic, guys, for this week is: should we kneel or should we stand? Um,
Yes, it's a great
Me and
one.
Michelle thought this was very important to speak about this week due to it not just only being on social media and being in the limelight, but also because it's something that's very relevant to today's times and kind of how we can go about bringing justice and equality to all of us. So this is
Yeah,
kind of what we want to speak about.
exactly. And it affects our generation a lot. And it affects our kids and it affects everything. So we're going to talk about should we kneel or should we stand? And specifically, I want to just start off with what the background is about this kneeling and standing thing and how it all came up. And how it started was with Colin Kaepernick. If you guys don't know who Colin Kaepernick is, he plays for he played for the 49ers. What the heck is I about to say? He played for the 49ers. And basically what he said word by word is, I am not going to stand up to show pride in a flag for a country that oppressed black people and people of color. Kaepernick told NFL media in exclusive interview after the game, to me, this is a bigger than football, and it would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the street and people getting paid leave, getting away with murder. So his main stance for kneeling during the national anthem, I actually just learned this today. He actually was sitting at first. He was sitting, and then there was some friend that he had in the Marines. I'm not sure who the person's name was, but he asked him to, it would be even more respect if he kneeled, and he said he would kneel. So just knowing that, it started from a sitting to a kneel, and just the whole premises behind what he did was behind, inequality basically in black people and police brutality. So yeah, that's how it started. But now it's an even bigger deal because, of course, your president, Mariah, he said something crazy that made everybody start to kneel. So yeah,
my president, I was trying to hold it in like me. But yeah, he's made it to be something it's not. He's making it to be disrespect to the flag, disrespect to the country. He's making it to be disrespect to something it's not. It's had nothing to do with disrespecting the national anthem, the flag, veterans, none of that. He literally is, first of all, trying to take a stand against what is happening in America, which is police brutality, racial injustice, just a lot of stuff that has been taking place. And he's saying he cannot stand up and say we are free, and indeed we're not. So we can't all be free until we all have harmony. Since we don't have harmony, why the hell am I standing up for something that I don't truly believe in? It's kind of what he's saying. He's not disrespecting veterans, and honestly, veterans fought so we could have our right to free speech, and free speech kind of includes us being able to what? Kneel when we hear the national anthem. So
and it's peaceful. It's
very peaceful. They say do peaceful protest, and that way you can show your solidarity and then better view. Okay, so we do that. So we do peaceful protest. Oh, not that way. So what way? What do you want us to do?
Yeah, there is no way. There is no way. Clearly. So basically, what my president, like, I'm just kidding, y'all's president, what he said, he made a statement that said, wouldn't you love to see one of the NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bleep, because I have to bleep out our president, which is super sad, off the field right now. So anyway, to rewind real quick, what's irritating to me is the fact that we forgot why Kaepernick was doing what he was doing in the first place.
Right.
And we've seen a lot of people in the league, in the NFL, who said they basically were not for what he was doing. They didn't kneel on the national anthem. They still stood tall. They told him he needs to fix his image, or he needs to fix what he's doing so he can get signed again. But at the end of the day, it took Trump to say something like that for everyone to come together as an equal to say, this is something that we're not standing for. And it sucks because it's like, y'all kneeling now, but why didn't you kneel before? And I don't know, it's almost like they almost was submissive to him, because if he didn't say anything, y'all still would have been standing. But it took him to say, you know what, now he want to say something smart. He took y'all to actually, make some moves, which brought more people together, which is a good thing. But at the same time, I just question everyone's morale for why they're doing it in the first place. Are you doing it because you hate Trump? Or are you doing it because you're actually standing up for, like, the inequality in America? Like, what are you doing it for? And, yeah, so it's crazy.
Absolutely, because that's the reason why he started it, for the injustice that's happening to racial minorities. That's why he started doing it. He wasn't doing it for Trump, because if you all know that he's actually began sitting or kneeling or whatever he began to do to protest it, he actually began doing that when Obama was in office. So it has nothing to do with Trump and everything to do with racial injustice.
Exactly.
So they're just making it to be something it's totally not, as usual, per usual. They want to make it about something it's not, to distract from what it really is.
Yeah. I mean, that's how America is, though. We find symbols, right? We find symbols and things like that, and we hold them to such a high standard to the point where we almost are blinded by what's really happening. Like, are other people upset about people kneeling because of what? Like, you're mad. It's a song. It's a song, like, that they're kneeling to.
Oh.
It's a silent. They're exercising their First Amendment. You know what I'm saying? And just because the Trump or whatever comes on and says, "Oh, you can exercise your First Amendment, but not on the field or not where people can see you." Like, what? Like, where are they supposed to do it? They're supposed to do it in the like privacy of their homes. Like, that doesn't make sense. So Donald Trump just really showing people's true colors, and it's very scary to me to see that people are really standing up for what this man is saying. And I'm like, yo, America is really not where it's supposed to be at all.
It's not.
It's really
you
not.
would think that we're, like, not in 2017 right now.
Right. So it's crazy. But I guess that was our background. But we had a few questions that Mariah and I are going to answer here on the podcast. And also, hopefully, you got some things from Snapchat combos.
Good things.
But our first question for us to answer is, would we kneel for the national anthem? Would you kneel for the national anthem, Mariah?
I would. I actually would. To show solidarity, for sure. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna even lie. Like, I used to, like, be going to the bathroom and stuff during the national anthem beforehand. So it's not like I would stand up for it to begin with. But not even purposely. I just would be late or whatever the case was. So it wasn't important for me, but, I need to hurry to get to the game so I can make the national anthem. It wasn't like that. So, yeah, I would definitely kneel for that to show solidarity. Of course, if that's what would, make it known that this is a real issue, then for sure, absolutely. It's something peaceful.
It's a perfect peaceful protest.
Like, you can't get
literally. Exactly. What I kneel, so I'm just thinking of how many, because I played sports in high school, and if we always did the national anthem before the game. And in a moment like this, I kneel. If I was in high school or I was, like, playing, I probably would sit. Like, I would kneel with my team if I have to. I think it's just a matter of it's a good peaceful protest. But I'm going to talk more about, like, what we should do moving forward, though. So I have something on that. But I don't want to move too far ahead. But yes, I would kneel or I would sit during the national anthem.
Okay. What do you think that like, this movement of everyone kneeling during the national anthem during sports events can bring us closer to equality in America?
Yes and no. I think it does bring more controversy during this time. I think a lot of people, I think this movement does bring us closer as people, more so than it brings us closer to equality in America. So I think there's always going to be this, like, racial divide, and Donald Trump shows us the division clear as day, and how many people are refusing to see from another person's perspective and just, let them have their right to do what they want to as an individual. But I do think it, as a movement, I do think it moves us closer as people to open our eyes to see that we are not where we're supposed to be. Our ancestors did fight for us to be where we are right now, but we have slacked in the past about getting way too comfortable about what white supremacists have done for us, but they think that we're supposed to be grateful for what they've done for us. So I'm happy that as this movement, it brings us more closer and more woke to what's happening. So hopefully we can make more, steps forward to, making a change, literally. So what about you?
Yeah, I feel like this question and our last question kind of coincide together a little bit. But I kind of want to not give my last question, my answer away, but I guess I'll just say it. I say yes and no, like you. We agree on that for sure, because I think yes, because like you said, it shows solidarity and it gets people to begin thinking about why we're doing this. If they think about why we're doing this, they can understand. Okay, so now I know why we're doing this. Let's work on tools to begin preventing this or eliminating this altogether. So yes, in that sense, it can provoke the thought process and get conversations going about how to change the system. Hopefully, it can just start a conversation. So that's why I say yes. The only reason I say no is because we can't just stop there, right? We can't just stop at just kneeling. We have to continue with conversations and, actually being proactive against this in order for it to actually totally become equal or eliminate the problem in general. So yes, it can be a start, but it can't be the finish.
Agree. On a scale from 1 to 5, how important is it for us to join this movement? 5 is being like really important. What do you think?
I would say 5. Not necessarily the movement of kneeling, but the movement of talking about it. I will say the other day I was at work and there's new girl. Now I don't like her now because of her views. Now I don't like her. But, I was trying to go to the bathroom, take my little potty break or whatever, and it wasn't even my business. I just overheard. But I think she was saying something. I think it was about the game because I think someone said, "Oh yeah, they won or whatever," and she's like, "And I don't understand why they're nil." And I didn't even cast a tail in, but I know what she was about. I just know in my head she was about to say, I don't understand why they're kneeling because it's so stupid. Or she would have just said something like that. And I'm just like, I think that I should have walked back there and been like, you know what? I know this ain't my conversation to be partaking in, but the reason why they're doing this is not because it's disrespecting your flag, because I'm sure she would have said our flag or our national anthem or our veterans or some excuse to distract from what's really happening. Not to disrespect any of that, is to actually bring light to the situation that's happening in America. Your America, right? Since it's your America and your flag, so these are the issues that's happening in your country that need to be addressed. And this is a way to show that. But you're so stuck on your damn national anthem and your flag that you can't see that. So I should have went back and said something. So to answer your question, yes, on scale is it very important to join this movement and also provoke change, like actually start a conversation against people who think like that and ask them why they think like that. Like, oh, why do you think that's disrespectful? When you start questioning people, they have to think, oh, why do you think it's disrespectful? Oh, why?
Right.
Oh, why? Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
They just have to think like, oh, damn, I really sound ignorant as hell, because you are ignorant. You don't know. And so now it's my time to, I guess, not make you know, because I can't make you do anything. As an adult, you have to, want to do it yourself. But I can give you the tools and resources to find out why what you're saying is invalid.
True. Yep. Get you to understand.
Right.
So true.
What you think, Sarah?
So true.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how you think it's important or not?
I definitely think 5, same views as you. I think it's very important as us to join in as a movement, because the more educated we get, the more we educate other people and start asking those questions, and also getting, our young kids and stuff who are growing up in this era where their parents at home talking about different perspectives and them coming together and being able to talk about it and understand each other's views. Because that stuff can happen. That stuff happens right in the home. And I would hate to be like, have my kid, when they go to school and hear their friends or their associates talk about things that, they don't necessarily agree with, and not know how to have those kind of conversations with them. about what's really going on, because it does start in home, and educating each other and educating our children is really important. So I agree. So 5 for me, very, very important to join the movement.
Absolutely, I think so too. Um, so how do you think we can take what do you think we can take from this and like move forward? And how can we move forward? I mean,
Definitely. I want to talk about this, and then I'll try to make it as short as possible. But I think the kneeling thing is a great movement. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it's terrible, but I do think that we don't need to look past the real ways that we can make change. And it starts with economics. Like, I'll say that a million times. Um, Many of those NFL owners who kneeled with their players gave millions of dollars to Trump for his campaign. They supported him. They support him behind closed doors. They support him with his friends. And least do we know that our black men and our black boys, they want to be football players. We raise them to want to be football players, and we put them in this system. When I think of football now, I think of it way differently than I thought when I was younger. And I look at it as it's a freaking slave yard. Like, seriously, like, you don't understand how bad football affects our boys at a young age. How many times they get hit in the head, how many times concussions can really affect their mental state, and how it ends up killing them later on in life. And it really is a system that is really meant to hurt us. And the fact that we put our money into it, we want our boys to play it, we want them to make a lot of money, but we don't push them to be the owners of the team, to own anything. So I think that to really make a huge movement and to really get people to listen to what we're saying, besides just kneeling, is to know that we need to protest against, to me, I think we need to really protest against watching football. Like, we need to protest against the NFL in general. We don't need to watch it. Our watches get advertisement. It brings millions of dollars into the system. I mean, into that league. Our players are playing in the league, and they seem like the owners and people who are talking seem like it's a privilege for them to play. Like, not like they work really hard to get there. So I think it's really going to take more than us making this silent protest of just kneeling. We need to do like how Rosa Parks did. She literally, everybody else stopped riding the bus, and it affected the bus economically. And that's what got them to start listening to us. We need to, if we really want to make a movement, we need to get in the pockets. That's what America is all about. And we need to affect their money. Then they will listen to what we have to say. And until we do that, then we can make all these silent protests, and we can march in the streets and do all these things. But if we're still being their main consumers, we will get exactly what we've always got, the same thing. So that's what I think we need to do moving forward. Is I think we need to think critically and bigger than just kneeling or silent protesting. I think we need to think economically and how we can really affect them in a big way. So that's I try not to make that too long, but it can go on longer than that. But that's what I think we should do moving forward, or just start thinking about. What about you?
I agree with everything you said. Obviously for me, right, I don't really watch sports, so it's not a sacrifice for me. And maybe some other people don't watch sports often either. But if you do watch sports, it definitely could be obviously be a sacrifice for you, right? But more so, I guess, higher payoff though, because like I'm sure back in the day, they needed the bus to get to work. They didn't want to walk miles to work, but they did it. It was a sacrifice, but they did it in order to provoke change. So I mean, if you're willing to make that sacrifice for the outcome, then, like Michelle was saying earlier, like then it'd be a good payoff. And also, I think that I kind of skimmed over this movie make us closer to equality in America. I wanted to say kind of like Also, another thing that can make us close to equality in America is those in position of power. Basically, I guess when those position of power actually see the extent of the racial injustice and they actually decide to make a change is when it will change. Until they actually want to change, then the change would be a very, not saying it won't happen, but it'll be very, very delayed is what I'll say. Is they don't want to make that change because, like Michelle was saying, they're in this position of power due to the economics or whatever. And so if you take that away, that's great too. But they also need to recognize it. So I guess that's a step forward to that. I hope I wasn't rambling. I think I just rambled, but
no, I agree completely. But yeah, this was such a great topic, I think, and it does go on further than this. And I hope that us doing this podcast and us talking about these kind of topics is something that everyone is talking about, and we can all come together and just bring our different ideas to the table and how we can really, really, really create a movement that's going to make a change. So I'm happy that we were able to, really talk about this topic in depth and what we feel and what should happen, or just,
or what we feel should happen anyways.
Right. So I know that was like deep and crazy, but did we have a Black Business of the Week, or we didn't?
No, but I can review those hair products I bought. Remember that I bought those Crown of Glory hair products? I can review that since I just got that in the mail a few weeks ago. So,
let's talk about it. Let's talk about your Crown of Beauty, or was it Crown of Beauty?
Crown of Glory.
Oh,
that's a cute name too. But yeah, let's go to we're gonna talk about that, but let's go to Snapchat convos, y'all. See what y'all had to say about
Snapchat convos.
And our first Snapchat user, this is good. We finished in a good time, so we can actually, respond, have more responses from you all. But our first Snapchat user that responded to this was Jalon Reed, and his Snapchat username is Jalon, JAHLONTR. And he responded to the first question being, my first question, I believe, was, I think it was my second question, but he responded to it. Do you feel as though locking arms is just as important as bending a knee during the national anthem? He said, I think the protest aesthetics, be it being a knee, locking arms, raising a fist, etc., is all well and good, but people are getting lost in the sauce. The issue has become how to protest instead of why to protest. The symbolism shouldn't be a priority. The injustice and racial inequality is where the convo should start. Peace.
Thanks, Jalon. And you guys that don't remember, Jalon was actually one of our guests.
Yes, he was one of our guests. I was going to say that he was on our Cow or Kale episode where we talked about eating and being in a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah.
And another one of our guests on the show, Lamar Cherry, that was in our A Whole Stage episode, also commented on this topic as well. And Lamar, Snapchat username is cherry_gang. And he responded to the questions as well. He responded to my question, do you feel as though these things, locking arms and knee bending, will bring us closer to equality? He said, yes. It's important to make them hear us, for us to actually realize we have a voice, no matter how big or small.
Shout out Lamar.
So that's what Lamar's thoughts were. We also have, hey Lamar, we also have two others from two ladies. So we got the guys. We also want to get to the ladies and how they feel. Claudia, her username is Claudia. Sorry, that's not Claudia. It's Claudie, CLAUDIE _J. And Claudia responded by saying, I think she answered all my questions. So shout out to Claudia. Hey. So my first question was, how important do you think it is to bend the knee during a national anthem? 5 being very important, and why? She said, before this past weekend, very important, a 5. After this weekend, somewhat important, 3. But I do feel like the initial reason is getting watered down to something it wasn't even originally about. And then she responded to my second question being, do you feel as though locking arms is just as important as kneeling during the national anthem? And she said, nope. My last question being, do you feel as though these things, locking arms and knee bending, will bring us closer to equality? Claudia said, not necessarily. Getting the conversation back into the forefront again, but it'll take more than just bending a knee. I think bending the knee is a catalyst for hopeful come up with more solutions to work towards equality, but it's gonna divide before it ever becomes together. And our last Snapchat response was from Angel Smith, and her username is Gorgeous Ange, and she responded, do you feel these things, locking arms and knee bending, will bring us closer to equality? She said, I think the visibility is good, and if it was in the NFL, I would take a knee. If I was in the NFL, I would take a knee, sorry. But I do not think it would do much. It's more symbolic for me, because at the end of the injustice, equality and racism will still persist as long as the systems, institutions, structures are in place. Similar to someone putting up the Jack Power fist, the fist was just symbolic and was used to show solidarity. The fist alone really didn't change structures, but it did unite people and encourage them to demand rights and equity from the system, which was good, but still didn't dismantle the system.
Preach. She's preaching.
Yes, Angel. Yes, girl.
Preach,
yes.
Girl.
Our thoughts exactly. Until those systems want to come down and off their high horses and, come from their position of powers to actually help those in need, it won't change anytime soon. But that is our Snapchat combos. Thank you so much for chiming in. I really, 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 me and Michelle really, really appreciate when you guys chime in, because we like to share your all's opinions. Obviously, it's melanin voices, not just our two voices, but y'all's voices as well. So yeah,
exactly. Love Snapchat combos. Love it.
Me too. Love it. But so our Black business of the week was my Crown of Glory hair review. So
by the way, her hair looks good, y'all. I'm looking at it right now.
You like it?
It looked real full. It looked real full and it looked real nice. So just let y'all know that the product looked good.
Thank you. But I did notice a difference. I got the co-wash, the moisturizer, the deep conditioner, the oil. I just went hard. Give me everything. So I tried everything. And I will say my favorite is the moisturizer and the co-wash, because I like to co-wash my hair. Shampoo is cool too, but I like to co-wash instead, because my hair gets dry really fast and I hate that about my hair. So it's
Colorado, girl.
True.
It could be Colorado. True. That's how my hair was out there too. Just dry as soon as you wet it.
So now it's thriving, because her hair is long as hell, y'all. And it ain't the baby making it like that. Her hair was long before the baby came about. So, but yeah, it's really good, you guys. I would definitely recommend it. I got the entire package, and it had a sale going on, so I think I paid $36 in total. That was with shipping and handling and everything. They weren't tiny little sizes either. They're gonna last me for a while. So, I would definitely recommend getting it if you guys need a discount code. I believe I still have it. Hit me up. I'm not sure off the top of my head what it was, but I can definitely give it to you. I think it was Fro, but I'm not sure. But yes, hit me up if you guys want the discount code, because it definitely does work really, really well. I do love it. So, yes, that is our Black business of the week.
Yes. I need to get more into the Black business of the week, because I feel like it's been harder and harder for me to find something. But I need to start getting more into it, especially living in New York. I'm pretty sure there's way more Black business of the week, but I gotta figure out where our audience is coming from too. So maybe we gotta figure out where they are, so we can maybe push them more towards their Black business of the week where they live. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you guys know of any, you're like, girl, I know of this one in my state, tell us and we'll definitely broadcast it on here. Please let us know, because we love to support.
Please let us know. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
and yes, this is what I'm excited about. So I'm traveling tomorrow, but it's just to Atlantic City for work. So ain't nothing too fun or whatever, but I know you have a lot of travel stuff going on, so tell us.
Do you guys?
Have you traveled already?
No.
Did you go to Philly already, or what's going on? Okay, yeah, tell us.
Okay.
Tell us what's going on.
So Saturday, I'm going to New Orleans with my best friend, Musu. We haven't been before, so we're trying to go. She's trying to make us do everything like she's mom. You know how Musu is. Everybody knows how Musu is.
She's turning, yeah.
So she's like, we gotta do a tour. We gotta eat. I'm like, okay, Musu, I'm just trying to chill and relax and listen to some jazz. I'm not really worried about that. As long as I get to eat seafood and listen to jazz, I'm good, girl.
Right.
But she's like, we gotta do a tour. After the tour, we gotta go to this restaurant. After the restaurant, I'm like, girl, chill. But yeah, we're gonna have fun this Saturday. But after that, I'm going to the Friend Zone Live event in Philly. And if you all know the Friend Zone, it is another podcast that actually we have some similar things. They do Black Business of the Week, and we do it as well. I actually love the Friend Zone, and it actually made me want to. I didn't even know what a podcast was until I listened to them. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So they gave me the inspiration to want to do a podcast with Michelle Coe. I'm like, that's a really cool idea. Like, that's awesome. So I'm excited to go visit them. You know, the inspiration for Melanin Voices. So I'm excited to do that. I've never been to Philly before, so I'm really excited to eat some Philly cheesesteak and
come to the East. You come to the East Coast for a while.
Exactly. I really might just move out there to Philly and say fuck
it. For real, you will be like 2 hours away from me. Not even.
Literally.
Like super close.
Because you live on the outskirts of New York. Well, not outskirts, but you know, like not that heart, so I don't have to worry about like trying to drive super far to see you. You'd be like
yeah, like you're only literally Philly is right next door. So many people go to Philly for the weekend. So
see? That'd be perfect.
Are you gonna vlog it? Are you vlogging your?
I'm vlogging New Orleans and Philly, so you guys stay tuned on my YouTube channel, and you guys will see it. And yeah, I'm so excited. I didn't even know Michelle's going to Atlantic City. So that's your first time there?
No, it's my second time.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pregnant, so ain't no fun because I can't drink and turn up. So I gotta watch my coworkers get drunk, and I'm supposed to just sit there and look at them. So you know, just I go for 2 days, which is a nice little getaway. I get to walk the boardwalk, and hopefully it's like really nice outside. So I'm excited for that part. But other than that, you know, I'm happy I'm not gonna be in the office all week,
right?
Which is nice. So
that is very nice.
It'll be nice or whatever. So yeah. That was our updates. That was our last thoughts for the podcast. So we want to thank you guys so much for tuning into Melanin Voices every week. We do really appreciate it. We really appreciate the support, and like Mariah said earlier, it's not all about us and our voices, but it's definitely about you guys' voices. So if you ever want to be a guest on our show, if you really felt strongly about something that we said, that you were for or against, please let us know, and we would definitely voice it on Melanin Voices. Do you have anything, Mariah?
No, I have nothing, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us for almost an hour every week.
Right. And we just had 100 and I like screenshot it, but 1, 2, 3 likes on Facebook. So we getting up there. I feel like we get new likes every few weeks, and it hypes me up. So we have 123 likes, and we just keep pushing, and we really appreciate your support. We'll stay consistent as long as you guys stay consistent.
Exactly.
Boom. All right, we out. Mariah, have fun.
Thank you, Shay.
I'll have fun, but I'll talk to you before the end of the month. So
yeah, whatever. Girl, I'll see you next week.
I know, right? Like what? Okay. Anyway, we out. Thank you guys so much.
Bye. Love you guys.
Peace.